This Southern weekend, we're floating into a hidden gem located right on the Chattahoochee River. We'll get back to nature with the area's prettiest residents, see the haunts of the Mother of Blues, and kick back at an historic music venue with a bit of Southern comfort.
I love that.
And a couple world-class rapids along the way.
We have mild adventures and wild adventures.
We're exploring Columbus, Georgia right now on the Southern Weekend. I'm Molly McKinney. I travel across the South, meeting amazing people.
We're dancing, we're having a good time. What
tasting delicious food.
That is outstanding.
And exploring great new places to visit. I love weekends in the South, and I think you will too.
Let's go check it out.
So come join the adventure as we start the Southern Weekend. Columbus is the second biggest city in Georgia, but residents there will tell you it should be your first choice for a Southern weekend. Built around a vibrant downtown, known to locals as Uptown, the city is full of restaurants, shopping, and art centers. But the real highlight is a 15-mile walking and biking trail known as the Riverwalk.
So what are some of your favorite things to do on a Southern weekend in Columbus?
There is always something happening. There's concerts downtown. There's museum events downtown. It's amazing. We have to literally pick and choose from all the different options that are available to us every weekend.
Mark Olivier came halfway around the world to settle here in Columbus.
Being from Belgium originally, was there anything that surprised you and your wife when you came to the South?
Honestly, they fry anything.
We do.
And that was a surprise, but it's good.
It is good. What is one of your favorite art pieces here in town?
Well, one of my favorite art pieces is right behind us here, and it is a beautiful poem that just talks about Columbus. And it starts with what I think is just incredible. It says, "Now that you are here." And that's really what it's all about. Now that we get you here, let us show you what Columbus is all about.
All the residents here are so proud of their city. They'll happily stop and tell you about it. VJ Roberts, a local radio host, gave me a few tips.
I have lived in Columbus for almost 20 years, but I have to tell you that the Riverwalk is my favorite place to be.
I can see why.
I'm telling you.
In the early 90s, the Riverwalk was mainly unused factory and industrial space. The construction of the trail and new businesses kicked off decades of revitalization in town.
So it's really changed from just, there were a few little dives for you to eat, and I hope nobody's offended by that, but it changed tremendously. So it's just been wonderful. The Riverwalk has done that.
For those looking to come to Columbus for a vacation or to visit for a weekend, what kinds of things can they expect to do here?
Well, you can do all kinds of action things like going whitewater rafting, or you can do zip lining. If you like kayaking, you can do that as well. There's a lot of running and jogging that you can do, and then they can go and get a massage. If they don't want to get a massage, they can go shopping.
Thank you for all this information. I feel like I need to go get started. I've got a fun-filled day ahead then.
I'll make you a list.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Take care. Thank you.
You haven't truly been to Columbus until you've gotten out on the river. So I knew what I had to do.
So I hear you're the guy to talk to if I want to get out on the Chattahoochee.
I am. We have mild adventures and wild adventures. We got a wild adventure for you if you want one.
Really? I'm down for a wild adventure.
Yeah, let's get you geared up. Come on.
All right. I could get used to this.
Here we go. There's your paddle.
Sweet.
So we're going to give you a brief history and safety speech, and we'll get you on the water.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Now your paddle. How's this yellow thing right here be called T-grip? I want to hear everybody say, "I will not let it go of my T-grip."
I will not let it go of my T-grip.
Very nice.
All right, guys, pick it up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's heavier than it looks.
So Pat's going to give us commands, and he's going to tell us where to go, okay?
Great.
All right, guys, so let's try paddling. Sing, give me 2 forward. 1, 2. Perfect, perfect. When I say get down, that means you hop to the 4th boat and you put your paddle in the air like this, all right? Get down, get down, get down. All right, so when you're down, I may yell lean right or lean left. So lean right, 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 right. Left, 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 left. Right, right, right. Left, left, left. Left, left, left. Hop on up, hop on up.
So what kinds of things can folks do on the river today?
Yeah, so things that they can do on the river, obviously I'm going to be first and foremost with rafting, right? And those mild to wild trips. But they can zip line over the rapids, which is really, really cool. So folks can just get their own kind of kayak and go down to the river and play in a 6-foot standing wave. It's awesome, right? The National Freestyle Championships are held here for kayaking, so that's super big part of our, but that's a big part of our...
No, that's exact terminology I expect for you to be in this career.
It's super gnar, right?
Super gnar, super big.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
The Riverwalk project included literally rebuilding parts of the river. Now, the city boasts some of the best rapids in the country.
Chattahoochee River has played a really significant role in the history of this town, and it seems like it still is today.
It really is. It was the lifeblood of the city. And so it turns out they dammed up the river, and the same thing you need for dams is the same thing you need for rapids. So it's really fun. I mean, I've taken my grandma down, you know?
You have?
I have. It's awesome. We had a great time, you know? She got splished, and I got her finger waved at me for wetting her hair, but I mean, for the most part, she loved it.
If Will's grandmother could ride these rapids, I knew I better be able to too.
All right, Molly, here we are. It's time to go down the river. You ready?
Good.
And 2 more. 1, 2, forward. Paddle really hard, guys. Woo! 1 more. And get down. All right, get on up. 3 more. Paddle hard. Hard paddle, guys. Let's go. Keep it going. Don't stop.
Coming up, how to make a wow-worthy steak.
You guys, this is so good.
The Columbus Riverwalk isn't just hiking, biking, and rafting. They also have delicious food. So I'm here to meet with Michael Harrell. He and his wife own the restaurant 11th and Bay, and he's gonna show me how to make a couple of the dishes they're known for.
Molly, welcome to 11th and Bay.
Thank you. Well, this is some prime real estate for a restaurant.
I know, right on the Riverwalk.
Oh, gosh, and that building looks stunning.
You know, it's so funny, when we were first taking a look at this space, it was just an old warehouse. And one of the first things that drew me in were the beams. It was all there. We didn't change anything. We took corn broom, brushed everything off, sealed it, and we opened a restaurant. And then, like any table that's exposed wood inside is either repurposed from a beam that we cut out or floor joists that we had cut out in order to put all the mechanical down in the basement.
That kind of attention to detail that you put just in the building facade and space, I can't imagine the attention to detail you put into the menu items.
Well, it's all Southern. It's Southern inspired. One of the things my wife really wanted to do was, and myself, was to bring back true Southern hospitality.
Michael started smoking catfish a few hours before I showed up. I helped him grill a few of his famous New York strip steaks with an espresso dry rub.
Now, what is this?
This right here is my wife's grill base, and what it is, it's a lot of butter.
I like it already.
Yeah, because you know that's what we do in the South, right? You know, it's got about 4 different vinegars in it: red pepper, garlic. Help yourself. Oh, get generous. Get it. Don't get in there. There you go. And now we're gonna add the espresso rub and let it finish
Okay,
off.
you
Espresso
sprinkle
rub.
it on.
Yeah, we just sprinkle it on. Don't be afraid to put it on.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, well, why don't we just give these a minute to cook and smoke a little bit? The steaks are done.
Okay.
Let's go check on our catfish. We've been smoking on our Oklahoma Joe. Look how seasoned it is.
Wow.
There we go. Catfish is perfect.
I love that caramel color the smoking gives
Get it every single time. Should be plenty. Let's take them inside.
So good.
Oh, look at the color of that.
Look at that.
Here you go, Molly. Finished product.
Yes, look at that. Is this the catfish?
This is what we were smoking, yes.
This looks different than...
It is. It's into our smoked catfish dip. It's just got some mayonnaise in it and some other herbs, and we serve it like this. So you take the cracker, put the cucumber, dip, and then finish it off with the onions.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I love that.
Thank you. These are the steaks we pulled off the charbroil.
Mm-hmm. Look at these.
That is our sweet potato hash.
That
Turned out
looks
good,
great.
Thank you.
That's perfect. Oh, man. Is that the coffee that
Yep,
I'm crunching? You guys, this is so good. I'm gonna change my steak recipes at home. I'm absolutely adding a coffee rub.
My wife says all the time, you know, keep it simple. She never finishes off with the stupid, but keep it simple. She usually says that just to me.
Next, we celebrate the history of Columbus with a classic music venue and a musical icon.
Matter of fact, it's jazz night tonight. And
have some vinegar cheese. Yeah,
let's go check it out.
If you want to see more from any of our road trips, check out thesouthernweekend.com. You'll find videos of our adventures across the South, as well as great tips and recipes. All that and more, anytime you want it, at thesouthernweekend.com. Columbus is the site of many watershed moments in Southern history, from the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement. The contributions of the Black community in Columbus are celebrated on the Black Heritage Trail, a walking tour featuring 30 stops throughout the city, like an historic cemetery or beautiful churches that are still in operation. Mark Alexander of the Columbus Black History Museum showed me some of the most popular stops.
This is the home of Gertrude Ma Rainey, known worldwide as the Mother of the Blues.
Really? And she was from Columbus?
Columbus, Georgia is her home.
Ma Rainey is credited as the first woman to sing the blues. She toured the country performing with all the major artists of her time, but she always returned home to Columbus.
Yes, there is an actual piano that she owned that's there still. There are commemorative copies of the actual records that she has recorded, actual flyers and posters and lithographs and paintings commemorating her career and moments of her performing.
Her legacy is really able to live on through his home.
Of course, you can't really know Ma Rainey's history without seeing where it all started.
The Liberty Theater.
Yes, ma'am.
So she used to not only run this, but perform here?
Performed here on regular occasions. Very, very instrumental in getting a lot of the folks she had met on the road as she traveled.
Who were some of the performers that came here to play?
Ella Fitzgerald, Cab Calloway, Louis Armstrong, amongst others that came down to play because of the relationship with her.
So where does someone like Louis Armstrong stay when he comes to Columbus?
Believe it or not, stayed with Ma Rainey at her actual home.
Oh, really?
Yes, actually there with her, had a chance to perfect those tunes that they probably had worked on and performed together when they were on the road and took some more back out on the road with them.
Talk about Southern hospitality. Ma Rainey wrote the book.
Ma Rainey's incredible contributions live on not just through popular music, but right here in the heart of Columbus.
Ma Rainey is from here, the Mother of the Blues, and that culture of the slave trades and the migration of people and how it happened in Columbus in the Piedmont area, and the music is really, really rich, and it's still here, it's still growing, and it's larger than life. It's one of the things that kind of sets us apart because of that rich heritage.
This is The Loft. 2 blocks from the Riverwalk, it's the heart and soul of Columbus nightlife.
We're in the downtown location in Columbus, Georgia, and this building is well over 100 years old, and it's just got this incredible character to it. And the music that has come out of this area, it's got all this great Southern influence, man, from blues to rock to country, and it really has this Americana vibe that happens here. And
we have, I think we have the best entertainment venue in the Southeast. We also have great food to accompany it, so it's really, in a large way, just a one-stop shop.
I stopped by for a quick visit that wound up being longer than I expected.
Hello, Molly.
Hey!
Welcome to The Loft.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's go upstairs and check it out. All right, so this wall is basically 25 years of history of The Loft. You got everything from Lingo to Sean Mullins, Zach Brown played here before he was big, Sister Hazel. It just goes on and on. And you look at some of the guitars, you got Sean Mullins, which is one of our favorites for sure. He still comes through and plays. He just played this past year, actually. Really? We work with Waylon Jennings. And this is a really cool one over here, Willie Nelson. He actually recorded, we had a studio on the 3rd floor here, and he came and recorded 3 tracks with his producer, Chip Smallman.
I had no idea this was here.
Oh, I know, and this is just a little snapshot of it. I mean, this is still going on every night. It's one of the places you can't really afford to miss because you don't know who's going to be here.
That's true.
You know, we got everything, open mic nights, comedy, and matter of fact, it's jazz night tonight. And have some dinner and cheese. Yeah, let's go check it out.
Check. When we come back, heroics on the high seas and a no-stress nature retreat.
I wish we could have you back every season so you could see.
You can. Just a short drive from Columbus, Callaway Gardens is a beautiful retreat for nearly 1 million visitors per year. And though most people know of Callaway for their azaleas and incredible Christmas lights, this 2,500-acre resort is home to many surprises, one of which being a center where you can see thousands of residents flutter by.
Hey!
Molly!
Molly, nice to meet you. I'm Michael Buckman.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to the Cecil B. Day Butterfly Center.
I'm so excited to be here.
Well, good. Yeah, it's an incredible day. It's absolutely beautiful out.
Here at the Butterfly Center, guests can learn about conservation efforts all over the world, or just enjoy the tropical plants and butterflies.
So,
You get to work here every day?
yes, believe it or
Man,
not.
I thought I had a great job.
I love it. This place is incredible. It's absolutely amazing.
How many butterflies are in here?
Well, we have about 2,000 butterflies.
2,000?
Oh yeah.
How do
yeah.
you know? How do you count them all? What are some of the favorite species that guests are excited about
Oh man,
seeing here?
so we have a lot of really cool species from all over the world, but the absolute favorite of all of our guests pretty much is the blue morpho.
I know that one. They're so vibrant.
The top of their wings are completely blue, iridescent, metallic, shiny color. It's absolutely beautiful. So it's pretty cool. When you're dealing with tropical butterflies rather than your native butterflies, you do see some new and interesting things.
September is Blue Morpho Month at the Butterfly Center, but Callaway has something to do all year long. You can soak up the natural beauty of the Pine Mountain Ridge, play 18 holes on their golf course, or stroll through their gorgeous 2,500-acre nature preserve. While I was at Callaway, I learned about the beautiful birds of prey they care for. Then I hopped on a bike for a quick ride through the pines around Robin Lake. I finished it all off with a refreshing drink from Cason's Tap Room. They insisted I try their famous house brew before I switched to something fruitier. Pam Bauer joined me to talk about everything they have to offer at Callaway. This was a fun-filled day, and I feel like we're just scratching the surface.
Yeah, you really packed it in, but you've seen a little bit of Callaway. It's a resort that offers something really for every age group. There's going to be something recreational for everyone, or if you don't want to do anything, which is sometimes the best vacation of all.
No judgment.
No
You can do
judgment.
that.
There's no judgment at Callaway, and we have something for them too at our spa. We've got a 36,000 square foot spa that is pure heaven within heaven here, with treatment rooms ranging from couples massages to facials to full body treatments in a soaking room. It's tucked away here at the lodge, which is just one of our accommodations. We have over 600 rooms here at Callaway Resort and Gardens. Yeah.
You really don't have to leave, and you've got restaurants here on site.
That's right.
Delicious drinks.
We got quesos, we got delicious drinks, and you really can have that full resort experience.
Put the cell phone away.
Put the cell phone away. Yeah, unplug and reconnect with the people you love. You're seeing a beautiful season, but I wish we could have you back every season so you could see.
You can. Some may know Columbus for its whitewater rafting and delicious food, but the city itself is so much more. With Fort Benning nearby, one of the largest military bases in our country, many men and women in our armed forces call this town home, and so does the National Civil War Naval Museum.
I have
to be honest, I wouldn't think of the Navy Museum being here in Columbus.
The ocean is over 200 miles away from Columbus, but we do have this big river right out in front of the museum, the Chattahoochee River, which eventually empties into the Gulf of Mexico. So that was a major thoroughfare in the Civil War era. If you wanted to move a lot of cargo or troops, you put it on barges and used those rivers. I mean, that was how you moved a lot of cargo in the war. That was basically the superhighway system during the Civil War.
These must be pretty rare to have on exhibit then.
Absolutely. There's not very many ships that survived the Civil War. We actually have 2 in this building, and we're quite proud of that. So.
Well, I'd love to check out some more of the exhibits.
Come on, let's go have a look around.
Great.
Museum visitors can learn the entire story of the Civil War through the amazing artifacts, uniforms, and relics that fill this room.
This is a serious flag collection.
Yeah, it's the largest collection of Civil War and naval-related flags that you're going to see anywhere.
I didn't realize there were multiple Confederate flags in the war.
Yeah, the Confederacy actually had 3 separate, really 2 distinct flags during the war. The first one looks so similar to the United States flag that it actually produced some confusion on the battlefield and on the water.
Now, I heard there's an interesting story about this exhibit.
Yes, this is actually a reproduction of the USS Hartford, which was the flagship of the Navy's very first admiral, Admiral David Farragut. I'm sure you're familiar with the saying, "Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead." That was on this ship right here. So during the Battle of Mobile Bay, it was tied up in the riggings there, commanding the fleet. The plan was, now remember, torpedoes at the time were actually mines. So when you say damn the torpedoes, you're actually talking about a minefield. Admiral Farragut says, damn the torpedoes, full steam ahead. Took the fleet right through that minefield and engaged and eventually defeated the Confederate fleet and sealed off Mobile Bay. And that was a big victory for the Union Navy and really helped Abraham Lincoln in his re-election bid about 3 months later.
Well, thank you so much, Brandon. I had no idea there was this much history in Columbus.
Absolutely. This is just part of it.
Well, that does it for this trip in Columbus, Georgia. I'm Molly McKinney. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next Southern Weekend. This Southern Weekend, it's all about living large in the lap of luxury. Look at that presentation. We're going double or nothing at a beautiful resort. We'll learn a thing or two out on the high seas.
Well, you let me know if you need a break over there.
And enjoy the catch of the day.
The only thing they don't like touched is the very tip of their nose.
You hear that? With a bit of history and a lot of local flavor.
Delish. Wow, wow.
We're dropping anchor on the Mississippi Gulf Coast right now on the Southern Weekend. I'm Molly McKinney. I travel across the South meeting amazing people.
We're dancing, we're having a good time.
Tasting delicious food.
That is outstanding.
And exploring great new places to visit. I love weekends in the South, and I think you will too.
Let's go check it out.
So come join the adventure as we start the Southern Weekend. The Mississippi Gulf Coast is the perfect place to spend a Southern weekend. This 60-mile stretch of coast between Mobile and New Orleans is full of white sand beaches, diverse food and art experiences, and some incredibly happy and industrious people.
Biloxi in the late 1800s was known as the seafood capital of the world, and we were built to tell that story. We talk about shrimping, crabbing, oystering, the Biloxi schooners, the workhorse of the industry back in the day. That's what we are all about.
So what all can people see and do here at the museum?
We kind of have the old way of doing things and demonstrated here at the museum. The sails, the rowing. I mean, everything has turned to be more modern now. You get to learn the old way here.
What is one of your favorite exhibits here?
Well, of course, our Biloxi schooners, our 2-masted, gaff-rigged Biloxi schooners. We charter them 7 days a week.
They're not in here.
Oh, no. You have to go out in the Gulf and go sailing.
Oh, wow.
Yes. We offer 2.5, half a day, or we'll actually take you to Horn Island, one of our barrier islands, for a full day sail and enjoy the island. It's like taking a step back in time.
A schooner is a boat that has 2 or more masts, and sailing one is harder than it looks.
How's my pace?
It's going good.
Well, you let me know if you need a break over there. I could do this all day.
That's it. Do you know how to cleat off?
No, but I'll try.
And you'll make a figure 8.
Okay, like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then the same on the bottom?
Yes, ma'am. And then put a twist toward this runs parallel. Yep, just
Like that?
flip it over the other way. But exactly, yeah.
Oh.
That's it.
Cool.
Captain Ron moved to Biloxi to be a ship captain. He's been sailing since he was 6 years old.
Let's talk about the connection between these boats and Biloxi's history.
Well, back in the beginning, everything that came into the coast came in on a boat. These were freighters. You know, they didn't haul just oysters and shrimp. They hauled lumber and furniture and people and food.
Why do you think it's important to have places like the museum where we're able to preserve this heritage and this history?
I think it's very important because you don't get that history out of school or from textbooks or from your own family unless they happen to be part of this many, many years ago. And it's a lost art.
The schooners have been phased out for more modern boats these days, but there's one ancient art form still alive in Biloxi.
Well, I can't think of a better person than you, Captain Frank, to teach me about fishing and shrimping. I didn't know that I was in the presence of Biloxi royalty.
That's right. I was the 2016 reigning shrimp king for the city of Biloxi and St. Michael's Church.
Kind of a big deal. I probably should have curtsied when I met
That's right.
you.
That's right.
Tell me what I need to know about shrimping.
You know, this type of shrimp in the cast net is probably one of the oldest forms of fishing. They've been throwing a cast net for thousands of years. The thing about a cast net, why it's so important to Biloxi, you know, when you went to ask for a woman's hand in marriage and you go talk to her father, he'd always ask if you had a cast net. That was because he always knew that his daughter would always be fed as long as you had a cast net. That's right.
No way. Wow, I didn't realize this was so prestigious.
Oh yeah, the cast net is definitely
Is this a
a
rite
part
of
of Biloxi heritage.
So what do I need to know to be able to throw a cast net?
Okay, you want to put the rope on your left hand, and then you just kind of coil it up like this. And then once you get it coiled up, you get to the horn of the net, and you pick it up. Go down probably about halfway, about waist high. And this is where the different styles come in, because every style you throw is gonna be like this. But there's a traditional, you put it like that, in your mouth. In your mouth. Once you get it in your mouth, you kind of get the outside edge of the net, and then once you get it, you just kind of want to. That's it. So you want to give it a try?
Yeah. All right, so this goes here.
Now pull that, pull this all the way up.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. That's as
All
tall
right,
as I go.
That's fine. Now
Man, you almost have to be ambidextrous to
That's
do
right.
this. Okay, so like that, and then the traditional way.
That's right.
I'm sorry if I get lipstick
Yeah,
on
that's
your
all
neck.
right.
I guess it'll get washed off in the water. This is a lot harder than it looks.
That's right. There you go. Oh, look at there.
That was actually
That's better
not
than
bad.
me. That was better than me.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I felt like it was.
More natural.
I had a good teacher.
Coming up, world-class dining at a Back Bay Classic.
Look at that presentation.
There you go.
The Gulf Coast has always been a place to kick back and relax, whether that means enjoying the slower pace of the beach, casting a line in the water, or even doing some gaming. Out of all the casinos to choose from on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, our favorite is the Scarlet Pearl Casino Resort. This beautiful, vibrant resort has something for everyone. Shopping, swimming, concerts, even putt-putt. Whether you want to try your luck in the casino or just enjoy their indulgent amenities, this is the place to be on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I got a taste of the Scarlet Pearl's luxuries when Chef Anthony Ramada showed me how to make his famous redfish and root vegetables.
All right, put me to work.
All right, I'm gonna want you to dredge this piece of redfish and make sure you get all that on
You
there.
gotta cover it all
That's
up
right.
in here. Okay.
And then when you bring it over to the pan, you want to put it skin side down.
This side, right?
Yep. And then you're gonna lay that down. Now as that starts to cook, it's just gonna start to get a nice good crust and a crisp to that skin. We'll flip it and then we'll throw it in the oven. As this is getting hot, we're gonna knock out that root vegetable hash. Being careful though so it don't splash up on you. And we'll add a little bit of these beets.
Those are so pretty. Look at that
tends to-
presentation.
There you go. Not bad, huh?
I love how you presented that.
Thank you.
That's so pretty.
We want to make sure that it's pleasing to the eye as well as the stomach. And people are sold, you know, they eat a lot with their eyes. If it doesn't look appealing, they're not going to enjoy it as much as if it came out looking appealing and tasting great. Chefs, we consider ourselves artists, so anything we can do to add color, flair, and stuff to the plate, we definitely want to do.
I'm going in.
Go ahead.
Give it a
I'm
try.
going to join you.
Oh,
Good stuff.
that is absolutely perfect.
You did a great job.
The exquisite attention to detail at the Scarlet Pearl extends far beyond the plate.
Tasting is one part of it, but also looking good is another part. So I'm going to show you how to carve a rose out of a watermelon. So we don't have to worry too much about
Perfection.
perfect. Yes.
I like this task already.
You're going to start with your knife right at the base of where the rose is going to be. And you circle around, and then you go back down into the melon. Carve the outside, and you remove that piece.
So that's a petal.
That's a petal. The cut's going to start in the middle of that petal.
Okay.
In.
Is that good?
To, correct.
About there. Goodbye. Okay, now I'm on petal duty. So I still start about there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So right here at the Waterfront Buffet, not only do we garnish everything, we make stuff and we make it to look pretty. Down to our like beautiful desserts. Everything is garnished. Everything just looks pretty. It tastes good. It's fresh. We're trying to take it to a different level.
I think you're succeeding at that.
Thank you.
And there you have it. I did this all by myself with no help.
Next, we'll get up close and personal with some of nature's oldest predators.
I've actually watched this gator swallow a butterball turkey one time.
And take a bite out of Biloxi's wildest burger.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
If you want to see more from any of our road trips, check out thesouthernweekend.com. You'll find videos of our adventures across the South, as well as great tips and recipes. All that and more, anytime you want it, at thesouthernweekend.com.
Asheville is a really cool mountain city where we have incredible restaurants, we have a large number of craft breweries, and a really vibrant art scene. And we're fortunate that all of that is surrounded by this beautiful mountain wilderness. So we get to combine incredible outdoor experience with a really fun but sophisticated city life.
This community attracts a lot of very adventurous and creative people, and that's true in the food and restaurant business as well. We're consistently recognized for having really great chefs in town, and I think that's a testament to that spirit of creativity and fermenting culture of good ideas and fun.
We have a very eclectic music mix here, so you can literally go out this weekend and you can see any kind of music that you're into. If you want to see a large national touring act, there will be that this weekend, but then there'll also be small jams that you could actually like partake in, so you can go to like a bluegrass jam or a jazz jam, so there's a seat for whatever kind of music that you're looking for. There's basically something for everybody.
Asheville art scene is awesome. There is so much here to do and see when you live here and when you visit. There's a little bit of everything. There's fine craft, there's fine art, there's performing arts, there's drama, there's outdoor theater, there's just something for everyone here.
Asheville has a wide variety of outdoor options, from hiking trails along the Blue Ridge Parkway to mountain biking, as well as kayaking and canoeing, from great food scene, killer music, vibrant arts as well. So whatever you're looking for in Asheville, you're going to find it here.
Opened in 1947 and now owned by a Biloxi native who's been eating there since she was a child herself. This next spot does burgers so good, so intense, so huge, they have to say it twice.
It's the Burger. I think that the people that know it and has eaten it and love it.
So describe the Burger to me. I've never had it.
Well, it's 18 inches.
18 inches?
18 inches. It's huge. The bread comes from New Orleans. It's ground meat patties, that is fried and marinated. We do all of our hamburger patties from scratch. It's the combination of everything. A mustard blend, and then of course a special gravy. And then it has raw onions on it. It's unique. It's very unique, and you don't find it anyplace else.
All right, well, are you gonna eat any of this with me? You've probably had a couple burgers. Wow, look at that.
I have.
I see why you brought the napkins too. Cheers.
Delish.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Ain't it good?
The gravy on that. I would never think to put gravy on a burger.
That's the secret. It's kind of got the chili flavor too.
And you taste that mustard blend that you won't tell me what's in it. You come across very sweet, but then you leave all this stuff out. You're very secretive.
You have to keep some secrets to yourself.
Somehow, Martha Ann found room in the kitchen for things other than burgers. Her favorite? A home-cooked recipe for sausage dressing.
It is a family recipe. My sister-in-law gave me that a long time ago. In fact, when we first started doing specials, my sister-in-law gave me that. And we've been carrying it on now for 18 years.
Sausage in it?
It's got sausage.
Oh, that's delicious.
Isn't it good?
Yeah, I wish you'd give me this recipe maybe afterwards. That's delicious. Holy cow.
I can give you the recipe for that if you want.
This is a big day for me.
It's unique. I mean,
I'll come back to Biloxi for this meal.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Any day.
We'd love to have you. Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm gonna keep eating. If you're
Tell
okay
you what,
with it.
I'm gonna keep eating too.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is more than just great cooking and gaming. There are miles of beautiful nature preserves to explore. These wetlands are critical for protecting the actual coastline in the region, and they're ruled by one predator, the fearsome American alligator. We went to the Gulf Coast Gator Ranch in Moss Point, Mississippi to get up close and personal with gators, both large and small.
I think I'm putting this one to sleep.
Yeah, this
Maybe
one
at
here,
70 degrees.
his name is Squirts.
Squirts, where's that name come from?
When they squirt Gatorade from time to time.
Ooh. So how old is Squirts?
He's 2 years old.
2 years old.
And one thing that they love is being petted on the head. The only thing they don't like touched is the very tip of their nose.
You hear that?
It's like somebody hitting you in your funny bone. You get that electrical shock that goes up your arm. So when you hit them on their nose like that, they get too close, it makes them stop or run the other way to get away from it. Now this place used to be an alligator farm. They used to raise them here to kill them for the meat, the hide, the heads. Everything when alligator gets used for one thing or another. Now we're considered Alligator Ranch. We're just strictly here as their caretakers to look after them.
That's so cool. So now it's more like a sanctuary for them. That
All we here is take care of them, make sure they finish out the remaining of their lives, and don't go hungry.
Well, this has been so great. There's so much to see here. I'd love to go check it out.
All right,
if you're
we'll
ready.
take a walk around and I'll show you what all we got to offer here. Got some over there, and we
There's
got
so
some over
many.
here. As you see, they sit close to each other right now because it's cool weather, they're dormant. Then when it starts warming up, they'll spread out a little more.
Dang,
Yeah.
that one's huge.
Yeah, that one's about 9, 10 foot.
How much do you think that weighs?
About 500, 600 pounds. What he's doing, he's got the head way up where that sun's hitting the back of his neck and head to warm him up. We got a bigger one though. He's right down in this area over here. But they,
I can see him from here.
yeah, that's big boy. Now big boys around, we figure 12'6", 12'8". I've actually watched this gator swallow a butterball turkey one time, swallow it whole.
Holy cow.
Now this gator over here to your right, her nickname is Nuisance. She's actually one of our alligators that escaped during Hurricane Katrina. But with the cooler temperatures, you're lucky if you just see a couple. Because most of them go up in these low inlets all along the swamp here, getting further up in the grasses, and use the grasses to keep the winds off of them. I mean, cold-blooded, it don't take much to make them cold. Heck, I'm warm-blooded, it don't take much to make me cold either. So I guess that's one thing gators and I have in common. nothing yet.
What am I about to get myself into?
Well, I figured you probably want to see an alligator up close and personal. You know.
Not sure what that looks like, but it sounds like a great idea.
Yeah,
I'm going in here with you?
Yeah, you're gonna come in here with me.
Sounds safe?
No, there's no such thing as safe. They do have a few blind spots. A couple of their blind spots being directly in front of them, directly behind them, and also inside of their own mouth. Now, since they can't see inside their mouth, it does allow us to get away with some tricks that a lot of people call stupid, but yeah, it lets us get away with something like that. Since they can't see inside their mouth, the sensitivity has to be extremely great on these alligators. Now, the reason why he's slamming his jaws closed when I pull my hand out is because I'm touching him on the way out.
Okay.
Now, when I'm touching him on the nose and getting ready to do that, you can see every time I do it, I'm going like this and wiping my hand. Now, because of how sensitive it is, it doesn't matter if it was a drop of sweat, a grain of dirt, even a bug flying past hits the inside of the mouth will trigger the jaws to slam closed. Gonna let it. Sure you want to try?
Yes, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. For me, nothing beats getting up close and personal with nature. Well, maybe this is a little too close for comfort.
When we come back, if you think you don't like oysters, this restaurant would like to change your mind.
Lunch is served.
Boom.
When on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the Southern Weekend stays at the beautiful Scarlet Pearl Casino Resort in D'Iberville. Located on the Back Bay of Biloxi, the Southern Weekend enjoys great food, accommodations, and hospitality that can only be found at the Scarlet Pearl. If you're visiting the Gulf Coast, there's a good chance eating seafood will be a big part of your trip. So we are extremely excited to visit Half Shell Oyster House, where they do oysters and a whole lot more.
John, you really have your work cut out for you today. I don't know anything about shucking oysters, so tell me the proper way to shuck an oyster and keep all of my fingers and my hands.
There's a few tools you need.
Okay.
First of all, you need a good knife. We use these at the restaurants because it gives it more of a neutral knife and it's not so sharp on the edges. You can see it's been eaten in a little bit of oysters there and so on. So this one's good to go. Here.
Okay.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get it in there.
Okay.
Now take your right hand and push right down in there. Push down in it. Now turn it. Boom.
You sure you didn't pre-shuck that one?
I promise you I didn't.
Easier. Okay.
So now pick it up.
So I popped it, yeah.
All right, go this way and put the knife in. Other way. Here we go. Put the knife in just like that. Go all the way into it. Push it all the way open.
Okay.
Now use the knife to pry it up. Now look underneath. You see an eye? That's
yep,
okay.
I did.
There you go. Now just scrape the top.
I'm fired already.
Now if you turn it around when you do the eye part, you can just slide the knife right underneath it. That knife's not sharp. There you go.
Perfect. Just
See?
like that.
Just like that. And then you put it on your ice.
Lunch is served.
Boom.
Obviously, this is a great way to eat oysters. What are some of the other ways that you all like to serve oysters here at the restaurant?
We charbroil them. We actually bake them also. The best thing we have is the Orleans oyster. A lot of times you get people in here that they'll say, no, I don't eat oysters. You know, I don't like them fried.
You're like, challenge
and
accepted.
Well, you'll take our Orleans sauce, which is it's more of like a smoky Cajun butter with a roasted garlic. You put that oyster on the grill, and then you put the butter on there. And then you throw Parmesan cheese on top of it. And then when that comes out, you have a char-grilled oyster, and it's a totally different flavor.
So that's what to order if you don't like raw oysters.
Yep.
Well, I can't wait to taste these now and the rest of the items that you have on the menu. I'm salivating, I think.
Turns out, there's more to the half shell than just perfectly grilled shellfish.
Oysters are delicious.
They are.
Not everybody likes oysters, so you obviously cater to many different palates here at the restaurant. What are some of the other meals that you serve here?
Well, a lot of the products out of the Gulf of Mexico. You know, the redfish that is in front of you. And we also have this recipe right here is Cajun, Creole influenced. So we're kind of a combination between what you would find from the coastal Mississippi, Alabama areas and all the way into Louisiana. One of our most popular dishes, this is our bacon and pecan encrusted redfish. That's a citrus beurre blanc over the top of it.
I'm
really trying to listen to what you're saying, but it's so good.
We opened this up in the middle part of 2009.
Why do you think the first one was so successful in Biloxi?
We thought we'd do a little bit of a decent lunch crowd. What turned out was we did a decent lunch crowd. They brought their wives and their husbands back for dinner.
How do you control the quality of your seafood and making sure every restaurant has the freshest seafood available?
We own our own seafood distribution company, so we make sure that food right out of the Gulf on our own trucks is driven to those restaurants.
Kevin, thank you so much. This has been delicious and educational. I don't know if I have enough skills to try this without John, but I could definitely try.
Well, you did great, and I'll bet you could do it by yourself. But I enjoyed it, and I'm glad you came down.
Well, that's it for this road trip. I'm Molly McKinney. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Southern Weekend.